Hey, it's Jonathan. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this video finds you in good fortune. If you like to buy the bottom, sell the top, make money in the middle, make sure you give me a like, subscribe, watch the video to the end, share the video, all these things I really do appreciate. Appreciate all the likes I received on the last video. We had almost as many likes as we did views, so that's a good ratio. And all the new subscribers. Anyway, so I'm going to take a look at Bitcoin, see where we're at. Bitcoin's a thing to look at, considering that it pretty much controls the market. For the most part. I mean, not always. For the most part, though. So we've been, this line I drew a while ago, we've been following it fairly closely. I believe we're going to continue to follow it, although there could be deviations. But I believe we're going to continue to follow this line here for at least the near future. We've bounced nicely off of our area of capitulation that we drew back here in the beginning of September, end of August. We've bounced nicely off of that. Although I would like to come down lower, our relative strength is getting pretty low on the chart here. Let me clean some of this up real quick. We don't need this anymore. Maybe I'll leave that center line. Anyway, our relative strength is coming pretty close to being over Sol. Like I said, I would like to see it, the relative strength come down further. We still have room here. We bounced well above our area of capitulation, which is nice. It's very nice to see this because you see the buying pressure coming back in even before we get there. So we may not get down to it, but I would like to see us make it down to our area of capitulation. Let's go down to an hourly. Let's drill down to an hourly chart. See what we're looking at. Let's see on an hourly. Again, the last video that I posted, we were sitting about right around this area in our price, right around that 43, 44 area. And I was saying that we looked like we were bleeding off the cliff, and I was saying I wouldn't buy in until we saw some very strong divergence, which we saw here. We saw a very decent divergence here. Price went much lower. Relative strength stayed a little bit higher, and then we saw a really strong divergence here. Price went lower. Relative strength moved higher. So we saw that divergence. This was a decent buy-in area right here on the signal of that divergence. Plus we are getting close to our area of capitulation on the higher time frame. On our, let's see, where are we at? This is about right here where we just bounced off of is pretty much our area of capitulation for back to the top side. Let's get some let's get a channel on this chart. See what a channel's telling us. See what the channel tells us. Okay. Let's go back to that hourly time frame. See what we have. Come on, load. Alright. Okay, so you see that we are making a higher low than here. I consider this a higher low than this. If you don't understand the way I calculate this, make sure you watch my welcome video to my channel. Just go to my front page on my YouTube channel, watch a welcome video, and you'll understand how I'm calculating this. This is a higher low than this by my calculations. Our target area would be somewhere up here by the 45 region if we would remain in this channel. Do I think that we're going to go up by the 45, this 45 area? Ooh, I'm not really sure. I would actually anticipate that we're going to have a downturn here, back down to the downside. I'm actually looking for the price to come down and to have a target of probably right around this 38 area. If if the price comes back down to the 38 area, then I'm going to have buy orders waiting, just like right here on this divergence. This was a clear divergence. This was a good buying area. You want to have, there's one thing to know where the market's going, and another thing to know how to trade it. Getting your entry is a different situation, and you want to catch that bounce. Now, are we going to make it back down there? We could have a fallen off. Our relative strength is moving faster than our price is moving. If you measure this up here, our relative strength is coming down faster than our price is coming down, which is a signal that we would potentially be moving up from this area. Although our area of capitulation is right around that 44 area, so we're underneath the area of capitulation for the lower time frame as of right now. What I'm anticipating, let's go down to I usually don't trade lower time frames, but let's just go down and take a look at it. We're right here. We're sitting on a lower time frame, 30 minutes, we're sitting right at the area of capitulation. If we break this area, if it looks like we're going to break this area, I believe we're going to have a fast move back down to our 38, high 38 area is what I'm looking for. Like I said, our relative strength is moving down quite nice on this, so we're getting in that oversold area, and our price is staying up above that area of capitulation, or right at it. So it's like right on it. That 43 area is our area of capitulation. So let's say we break the 42.9, and our relative strength, let's say our relative strength is not able to make it down to our oversold area before we break that 42.9, I think we're going to have a fast move down to 38s, high 38s is what I'm looking at. If we can stay above it, have our relative strength retrace, then I think that we're going to have our relative strength. This would need to break too with our price. If it stays above it, anyway, but that 38 area is what I'm looking at. I'm going to have orders waiting down here. Does it mean that it's going to hit it? Could. But they're going to be waiting there just in case it does. So that's where I'm going to be at. Right around that 38 area is what I'd like to see. Whether we see that or not, I'm not sure. So we'll just have to see how it plays out. We could move up from here. I mean, if we find our footing right where we're at, then we might move up again, like I said, to that 45 area, to the top of our descending channel here. So the top of our descending channel, if we do catch our footing, then the top of that descending channel will be my target. If not, then that 38 area is going to be my target. I'll buy that bounce and then start looking for signals that we're going to move higher. Again, if we would break our area of capitulation here, then I'm going to start looking to our capitulation line on our weekly chart. Just to give you all aspects of it, because our relative strength right here can move down. We have quite a ways to move down. And then that would be my target down here at the 30. Anyway, so that's about where we're at. Let me give you something. We've gone over this 50 times. Let me give you something new. If we would move to the top side, I think what's going to happen is right at the point that we're at. I'm anticipating following this line here, or looking very similar to this. I think when we come up, I think we're going to find some consolidation here, maybe with a dip, right? And then that's going to signal our next move higher. I think we're probably going to look something like this as we move higher. I think that's probably what we're going to look like. That's what I'm anticipating that we'll see. Whether we see that or not, you know, time will tell, right? But this is what I'm looking like. If we move down, that we could have a falling off here, rapid falling off. This would be probably a very fast movement right there. Then I would start looking for consolidation and then a move higher from there. But um, we'll have to see. I really haven't looked too far in the future. This is about as right around this end of mid or end of October's about all I've charted. But I'm imagining we're going to have some kind of consolidation at this point, and then or it might break above our old high and then have a consolidation, but it'll probably be right around this area, a little bit of a consolidation, and then before we move higher. And I believe that this is going to be a very decent move. This leg up right here will be a start. What I'm looking at, this leg up here will be a start of another move like this. So we will have another move like that is what I'm looking at, what I'm anticipating. But it's all speculation. But we will see what happens. Quite possibly my target will be the top of our channel for this move, right around that, right here, right around here. So anyway, all right, whether we get there or not, we'll see. Of course, these peaks, every peak that comes, see how even on the larger time frame, you'll see it on the smaller time frame, these peaks become lower and lower and lower until we have a retracement, and then that's when we will have a retracement on a weekly time frame, which we're already, I mean, our relative strength is already pretty low on that. So we're looking at relative strength coming down and then all of a sudden a fall off happening, and that fall off would be on a monthly chart. So and then that's the one you don't want to ride, right? That's the one that you do not want to ride. But I'm anticipating right now at this point we're going to see our relative strength on our monthly chart do something like this, right? Okay, that's all I have for you today. Y'all are beautiful, and I'll see you next time.